What's happening, guys? Trying to make some more content for you guys to show you guys what we're doing in the winter time here. So we're gonna walk in as our company starts to move from these facilities over to the new one. So come on inside. Quick little office. This is Abby. One day you're gonna get a day in the life of Abby. You'll also probably get a day in the life of Parker behind you. Jeremiah also sits up front. And then my desk. This is Deanna and Aaron. Deanna and Aaron are gonna be moving over into the scheduling department on the other side. You'll get a day in the life of Aaron. That's probably gonna be one of the most fun days that you have. We're gonna try to do something once a week. And Dina in the back here with Amanda. This is our office personnel. These are our support staff. This is our scheduling. This is kind of the hub of where everything takes place. And we'll walk into the showroom where Aaron's literally just about to blow up. Everything that looks so beautiful, probably half of it's coming out again. What you were looking at, so. Exactly. There's Parker right there, so you're gonna get he's one of our newer reps. You'll get to meet him and see what he's all about. There's Deanna and Jeremiah. So you're gonna get a day in the life of Deanna and Jeremiah too. Jeremiah and Deanna are brother and sister. So yeah, you'll get to, Deanna handles the scheduling, so you'll be contacting and speaking with her about your project. Jeremiah handles with Abby the majority of the clients that call in, get them set up and make sure that the communication's there. This area here, Trev, you're really I love it, but from this aisleway to the house, this patio, and then we're gonna funnel back all the way around is all getting destroyed. We're taking all of this out. So this is all gone. This is gone here. And then if you follow me back here, this will be gone. Just the padding will be gone, I should say, or the floor, up to here. This is all going down and will be replaced with some new product. This is our Oaks product here. This is all gonna stay. We're not updating this because these products are still current. Crazy part about having a showroom is once you're done, you're never done because the material doesn't move or it doesn't sell, or you're gonna have products that are discontinued. So this is constantly a labor of love, but I feel it's one of the most important tools that we have as a client, as you being our client, to show you what you're getting live, not just a couple brick. It's extremely important. So all of this will stay here. This is gonna stay as well. All of this material here will stay. Our Unilock area will stay. Whether that stays the same or grows, this area will stay. As we follow this way, this is our county material. Big unveiling is we are going to basically be a DC for county. So we're gonna be a holding yard for county for the dealers that are local. These local dealers will be able to pick up county material, be billed through county material, and we're gonna have a lot of pallets on hand, almost 50 semis worth of material that's going over the other location. So this winter has been a really, really big, busy winter, nonstop from top to bottom. But you're gonna see this area expand so we can show more of their products as well. Come to the back here. All of this, again, will stay and grow. We're probably gonna get rid of this. I'm not even gonna say probably, we are. This will be replaced with Fendt material as well, because it is Fendt. Some of this material here will be repositioned in the front. Another thing is this patio is probably gonna be replaced, but it's gonna be replaced with Fendt's new color and new style. This entire wall coming around is gonna come out, and we're gonna use a new Stonegate product. I shouldn't say new Stonegate product. We're just gonna show a product that sells very, very well for us on the Fendt line, which is that patio there in all the various colors. We're gonna show Stonegate here. We don't use a 4-inch block. Rarely ever do we use it because it's really not supposed to do anything but be decorative. So we feel that it's not worth showing because you really can't build anything but a seat wall or pillars And with Stonegate, you can build the patio and the seat wall and pillar. So why would we introduce a new product that can only do such a limited range? So this is all going to be gone as well. This will stay the same here, this Sterling smoke area. This is probably going to stay the same. This patio is one of our most popular patios. People actually buy this patio. We've sold this patio quite a few times because everybody loves it. It's feature rich, the lighting, the pillars, the detail, the seat on a seat, if you will, with the cap. So you can sit here if you want to, if you're just hanging out, or you can sit on the back wall. Really a cool patio, multifunctional with a lot of features, and it's not a huge space. So again, this is a really popular one. So we're hoping to, that patio that elevated patio in the front, we're really hoping to blow that area up and make it look as appealing as this, because this patio is exactly what we were looking for in terms of people loving what it is. They want that patio. So we want to create another space like that and like the patio that we have over here. We'll follow back around and see what the yard's looking like. So we're doing the transfer right now. So all of our stuff is starting to transfer over into the other yard. And wow, it's a lot of stuff has moved. A lot of stuff has moved, but we're definitely getting rid of all this brick. Will be over there. All these trucks and trailers will be over here, over there too. Essentially, this yard is all being moved, and we've kind of stopped because the weather's gotten cold, and I don't want guys working out in this type of weather. So, but we'll get started, I would say, within the next week to get the rest of this stuff out of here and move back. So again, this yard will be wide open, which will be nice. And all of these big trucks and heavy equipment will be moved over to our other facility about a mile down. This is my favorite building because this is where a lot of the action takes place. These two buildings, by the way, are exactly the same. So the way that showroom looks is exactly the way this building looked when we got it. So these two buildings are identical mirrors of each other. If you notice, they're identical. So as we walk in, that's what that building looked like, obviously empty. So pretty cool transformation that building took over, but this is the workhorse building inside here. So the equipment, once it's here, it comes in for service. And then from service, it gets transferred over to the other yard. So once it has a green tag on it, it means that the service has been completed and it's ready to go out in the field. Like this excavator's ready to go out in the field. A few other things, but they're slowly working towards getting this stuff out and keeping it going. Yeah, so the skid steers, these are cool. Track machines, these are great machines when you're doing a new construction project that's wide open because they're on tracks. So job can get done a little bit quicker if you can sneak in with tracks. There are pros and cons to each thing that you have. Tracks get ripped up in the street. Many of the projects that we do are retrofit, which means that it's already an established neighborhood and we're taking out something existing. So we would have to leave this in the street, which means the tracks will get ate up a little quicker because we're going to use power buggies and dingos, which are over here. So for instance, when we stage a project, the machine 90% of the time will stay in the street. It'll load our power buggies, and then we have plywood and we put some support down to make sure we don't destroy someone's property. That's crucial, is we're in your space, so we're going to try to be as ininvasive as possible. We don't want to create another whole project for you. So we use equipment like this. We use skid steers, or not skid steers, but dingos that are smaller than this. These are specialty ones that we use on different applications, but we don't use these on an everyday basis. These two are kind of our specialty units, but smaller dingos, micro equipment, and the micro equipment creates little to no damage on your property. That's the reason we use them. As we continue over, just the washer to keep our fleet nice and clean, hot water, so we're able to run kerosene and keep everything nice and clean. These are really unique as well and neat. I love these excavators. We buy Bobcat. Now, if you notice, the majority of the stuff that you're going to see here, we have the same thing over and over and over again. Why that's important and why you don't see all these one-off things is we know when something has a problem. So if something's gonna have a problem on one thing, it's probably gonna have a problem on the 3, 4, or 5 other things. So our mechanic and our team is able to order that stuff, bring it in so we know there's a problem, and a lot of times we'll get ahead of that problem before it even happens. So that's the key on your fleet, is keep it the same, keep the equipment the same so you can have the computers that read this equipment, because you have to pay for that type of software as well in order to keep your fleets running. And to have one of something as opposed to having 8 or 9, it really doesn't matter because the software is going to be the same because it works the same on each vehicle when you're doing a diagnosis. These are really unique, cool machines. The E20s are our preferred machine. We do have one smaller and one larger than this, and we have 3 of these. These are great because not only that, the tracks suck in. So this is very well thought out, but these tracks suck in and pull in so we can get these into the backyard. So if a dingo will fit, so will this. So when we're doing a measurement to see how we're gonna get into your backyard, this will fit along with our dingo and our power buggy. So we wanted to make sure we had that 39 inches on every single thing we did. So most gates are 42. We're able to get into those gates and do those projects with our micro equipment. So learning along the way. We do still have some things we're getting rid of, like that New Holland will be gone eventually because we switched over to Case. And Cat, we have 1 Cat left that will be gone as well. We have moved over from EZG's Hog Crusher to MB equipment. So here's our crushing and screening equipment. This stuff's amazing. What you can do with these are just skid steer attachments. They're all made in Italy. And I know that's, everybody throws that around like it's but this is true craftsmanship. Very, very minimal on parts, so you're not going to have to worry about damage and breakage that you would from, say, the EZG. We have to worry about different things like the carbide bits breaking. This is just 2 plates, and these 2 plates go like this, and through compression, they just crush. So it's essentially a jaw crusher, and really the only thing that can break on this is a belt. So we haven't even broken a belt yet, and we've been operating these things for about 2 years. So love these. This one's an actual screener, so you can screen your dirt into topsoil if you have a good base and good dirt. And then again, this is a crusher. We represent MB. We sell these all over the state, from crushing equipment, screening equipment, things like that. So this is one of our demo units, and if you have any questions about that and you're a contractor, reach out. We can show you how to save some money. Another cool thing that we've invested in is with Unilock is these Unilifts. As the trend would have it, these machines are great for a few reasons. The pavers are getting bigger, if you notice. So now we're starting to lay pavers that are 140, 160 pounds. Now 140, 160 pounds with 2 guys is still 80 pounds that you're having to bend over and set that paver with 2 guys and try to get it in tight. These are all vacuum lifts, and if you notice, it lifts a max capacity of 308 pounds. The other part of this machine that's really great is it's the same size again as a dingo and everything else. So it's very easy for our reps to calculate what it's gonna take to get this equipment back there, because if we can get 42 inches, we can get in your backyard with just about any piece of equipment we have, minus the skid steers and what have you. And have a couple of those as well. Again, another E20 that's being serviced. This is a cool truck here. This is our service rig. Todd rolls with this. Todd had this built out. This is a really, really cool truck. It's so cool that I'm not even allowed to touch it. It's got a compressor on it. It's got a welder. It's got a fuel cell, and he has all the necessary tools which I'm locked out, and I definitely understand why I would be, because I like to touch stuff. But we have Snap-on shelves built in here, and he has every type of tool that you can possibly imagine. So if we have an issue on site, chances are he can take a new piece of equipment out there, try to fix the one that broke right on site, and if not, he can just bring it back with him. So this is critical as well, just because the number one key for us is to continue to keep moving forward. So there's going to be trials and challenges and things like that you're going to have in construction. How do you avoid these challenges? How do you have 4 or 5 guys not sitting around for 4 or 5 hours? That's about being logistically capable, again, having a mobile, having something mobile and making sure that this is optimized, where if we have an issue, within an hour we can get these guys up and running, and they might be able to work on something else until this truck gets here. Over here, again, charging here, another little skid steer. Looks like they're working on our Ford. This is the only Ford we have in the fleet. Again, we moved over from Ford to GM, Chevy. This is the last Ford. These are just going through maintenance. This truck has, let me tell you how many miles, kind of wild. 27,000 miles on this truck, and it needs new brakes, new drums, or new rotors, and I mean, it's insane. So this is getting new brakes, beefed up suspension. So these are the kinds of things that we do not only in the winter time, but we look at what didn't work, what worked. Trailers, we've solved a huge issue with our big trailers, because our trailers are falling apart. So this time of year, we're spending a lot of time trying to figure out what didn't go the way we wanted it to, and see if we're able to make those changes. Some of the other things that we're into here, saws, we're rebuilding all of our saws. We've converted a lot of our stuff over to electric, but you can see there's saws everywhere over here. And these saws, obviously, we have every single crew member have a saw. We're getting more into the electric, because the electric is going to give you a more consistent cut without revving and what have you. So it's a very consistent power, just like a car. So you're not having it vibrate when it's shaking, when the motor's at max. You're having a nice clean cut. So guys are really liking these saws. They didn't like them at first, but they are definitely liking them now. Underneath here, these are our dustless. Those have bags that actually the Huskies will, when you're cutting, it'll suck it up through the vacuum system that it's cutting. It creates that centrifugal force to pull the dust into the bag. These are pretty unique because they're using the power of the saw to suck it into the bag. I think Husqvarna did a really good job with those as well. So this is it over here. Again, just tools and equipment. Utilizing this to build out trailers to cut our wood, because each trailer we make the same. Again, even the design on the inside of that trailer will look the same, so we can fit all of our equipment in there, and keep it organized. That's important, is always stay organized. Love these trucks, and you'll see these again when I do certain vehicles. Like, I only run Mercedes vans. And there's guys that'll tell you, you know, these are finicky trucks. They are absolutely finicky. They require the expensive maintenance, lots of oil, but these are tried and true engines. They go 500,000 to 750,000 miles. I get 20 plus miles to the gallon in these things. Yes, it's an $80,000 box van, but when you do the math and you're getting 6 miles to the gallon, and you have these vehicles traveling as much as we do, I mean, they pay themselves back pretty quickly, getting 3 to 4 times the gas mileage that you would get in your standard, you know, Ford or Chevy, you know, box van. So that's the reason we use these things, is from experience, and we've had them all. So this is a tried and true. We've been using these since Dodge had them in 07 and 08 when they were the Sprinter, and then when they split, Mercedes took their own technology and started building their own vans, and obviously we followed that. So follow me over here. You'll probably get to see a few other guys in here. This is all starting to get cleaned up as well. Well, This is actually pretty dead in here, but this is the sales office, so that means they're all out selling. All the vehicles are out, so you'll meet Dwayne, you're gonna meet Eddie, you're gonna meet Kenny, Cam and Parker and Stu. These guys are all in here, and obviously you can tell this isn't is well kept. It's a bunch of guys in here, but a really nice place to work where they can bounce ideas off each other. They can role play and they can talk about different ways they can handle situations with clients, share success stories, and just a nice camaraderie of office to be able to speak with other guys and see what they're going through and help each other out. So really, this is a nice little office for the team. Let's go to the new building and see what's going on over there. All right, so we're in the truck here. We're gonna head over to our new facility as we're starting to move things over. I know we showed you something last week, and this is what we want to do, is we want to give you guys better content, more frequent content just to see an inside scoop of what we're doing. It's constant work because it is becoming a bigger machine, but as long as you stay hyper vigilant and you're moving consistently and not looking at it as, wow, you get overwhelmed when you look at the big picture, but you just focus on these things that you're doing and you just get those done. It's important. Just tunnel vision, focus on what you got to focus on, get your tasks done, and eventually it's all done. So we're gonna go over there now. This is a facility that I used to buy brick from a long time ago when this was General Shale. Also, it was Colonial Brick. So this has been a brick company. And my personal opinion with this brick company is it was never run very well. It was always corporate ran. And we got the opportunity to get this yard. And I mean, I love this yard. I just didn't realize how much of an investment in time and resources it would take to get it to this point. But it really, since even last week, you'll notice a difference of what we've been able to do and how organized this yard is. And that's going to be the really unique part when we're done, is when you go into these yards, they're pretty messy. You're going to see one of the cleanest, one of the most organized yards you'll ever see as it gets filled, because every single slot has a place. So all the materials that we have already, we know where these materials are going to go, and they're all slotted out. And what makes that not just great, you know, we know what we have in correct inventory in real time. So we'll be able to give accurate information to people that are looking to buy brick. You know, we have dealers that come into the yard and they place an order with county. We pull the load, set it aside. Your truck driver drives through this yard and gets loaded and is out of there. They're not waiting an hour or 2 hours like you would see at other yards. And I think that's what's really going to set us apart in distribution and distributing county materials. So you're buying the material from county. You're not buying the material from us, and it's not sold to contractors. This is going to be sold to dealers. So you have a contractor that's looking for this material, you have it right down the road from you. Other benefits to buying the material here is you're going to be paying the same price that you'd be paying at county, driving all the way to county, and you can only take half the weight. So you can only bring 16 pallets in at a time, whereas here you can pick up 32, 34 pallets, and we can have you loaded up within 20 minutes and you're out of here, as opposed to waiting an hour in line and then waiting an hour to get loaded and strapping up and leaving. You could make multiple trips here with your driver, or if you're driving, and you'll be able to do multiple runs, which is better for the company and it's better for you as a driver because you're not just sitting there stationary. So this will be a very efficient yard, and I'm really excited to see it all come together. The last video we showed, we didn't speak of what those lines were because I wanted to make sure that the materials that we have actually showed up. So now they're here, they're starting to come in. We'll see 3 truckloads come into this yard in the morning every single day for the next month. That's not including the 15, 16 plus truckloads that we have back at the yard, or those would actually be double trucks. So you'd actually have about another 30 trucks coming from our yard being transferred over, and then also another 40 plus loads coming from County Materials. The way we set this yard up, on the concrete, you're going to see County Materials. This is County's material that we are wholesaling to the dealers. They call them a DA, DC, you hear different abbreviations, but this is a direct yard of County. And they chose us because of the location and also the relationship we have with them. We're very familiar with their products and we've been using them for a very long time. Here we go into the, we're into the yard here. And yeah, the material is starting to really, so all these lanes are going to be filled. As you can see, more and more and more product each time. So each one of these has a different product, and this is all face mix product. So if you notice, each one is slotted differently. There's only 4 over there. That's because only four were fulfilled. Now these will be filled all the way to the front. It's pretty cool to show. And this is, this yard's getting pretty serious. So that's Luis there. And you're gonna get a day in the life of Luis one day. He'll say no, but we're gonna follow him around one of these days this year. This guy right here is just a fantastic guy. We're gonna do one on Lopez as well, a day in the life of Lopez. So yeah, Luis is helping out today. Arturo was not here, but this is our product here. This is a lure, and he has everything coded so it'll be in each specific place. So we know what inventory we have because it'll be accurate all the way down. And for a whole month, all of these spaces are gonna get filled up, all the way down. And when you see how grand this is, I mean, we're gonna have well over 1,000 pallets of material on hand for our dealers and obviously for ourselves. So this is really, really big, huge. This is what we've been working on all winter, and it's finally come to fruition. It's great material. We've been using it for a very long time, 3 years. That's the material we show in the showroom. It's face mixed, white concrete, so you're gonna get those colors that really pop. Your blacks are gonna pop, your whites, your browns, your creams are really gonna be vibrant. Take a look at this one here. This is the Timeless. Large format, just beautiful material. And that's what I mean when I say face mix, is all the fines are on the top, so the beauty is on top. They all look the same from the sides, but just like Beacon Hill and Unilock, it's a face mix product. And again, here's our Timeless in the Genesis, in the Grand Discover. Timeless again, again, Grand Discover. And now we're over here. This is Majestic, another different color here, which is more of your gray material here. Again, see if we can see this. Again, really beautiful product. Soft to the touch. Move that for you just so you can see it. So this is all different material that you're seeing. Grand Discover, Majestic. These are gonna be big movers. Obviously, these slots are not filled yet. This is the Allure. Again, another one that is really, really popular. And we noticed that, I mean, we are stocked. So you have a project that you need. I mean, look at all these pallets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all the way back. So we can do any size project anyone's looking for. And Luis is making sure our accurate inventory is here. What he signed for is all here. We're gonna walk over to this trailer real quick, just to show you. This is, again, after that equipment I was telling you earlier is all serviced with the green tags, they move over here. Really difficult to get in there, but as I was saying earlier, what we were working on was our trailers. Well, Luis had figured out last year, once we ordered our first batch, Luis and Alejandro had these trailers. We wanted to see how they performed up against these trailers that we were spending a lot of money on. And the data just showed, not just in costs, but what we were spending to fix these trailers, how many times these trailers went down because they want to collapse into each other. These are our trailers that we use, they're Corn Pros. What a trailer. We have these custom built, 12 inches on center from the floor to the ground. So when I say these trailers are solid, you're not doing anything to these trailers. These trailers, this one hasn't even been built out yet. You saw that saw they were cutting. I'll try to give you a nice little idea of how solid it is in here. I mean, this is a utility trailer that's covered. And this is all solid steel. So this is no joke. So all of our crews, you'll notice, will have these. Next thing we need to figure out is how we're gonna advertise on these trailers, which will be, we're probably gonna do a steel plate that says we're the guys in 1-800 Brick Pavers, but because of it not being smooth all the way over with aluminum and it's extruded steel, we gotta figure out a way to actually mark these trailers. People know they're ours because we're the only ones that have them, but we want to also market our company while these are rolling down the road. So as you come out here, the way this system will work over here, now if you're coming to drop off material, like say you're doing a delivery, you're going to come this way and then you're going to turn around and go out through here. If you're picking up material, you're gonna come through this way. We want the lighter load on the brick just because we want it to last a year. But the lighter load, empty, you'd come here, drive around to this point. You would park in this area here because this would all be moved. You are loaded up from the material that's been pulled. This is where the material will be from the order that we receive. This is the holding area for each client. So when you get here, we know that all your material here is in AH, let's say. So we grab all the AH material, we load you up, and we send you on your way. So again, no other yard I've seen will operate like this. And it's a frustration that I had saw even last year when I picked up. It was insane. They were dealing with clients and customers asking about 21AA and 2NS and all these things, but I'm in here to pick up brick and I can't pick up brick for my contractor. That doesn't make any sense that I gotta wait 2 hours while a homeowner is in here trying to figure out what he needs for a product when I already know what I need. So this is a place where you know what you need and that's what you're gonna get. This is going through the last part of the cleaning process. Wow, this is gorgeous. So again, we're gonna have a day in the life of Lopez, and Antonio and I have been working together now for 19 years. So that's a pretty big milestone. If you notice, what he did was he covered these drains in plastic, so we're not gonna have water going underneath. So these drains are all plugged, and we had to acid wash all this bluestone so we can get the mortar off of it, and then the final cleaning to really bring the black out on this floor. So yeah, this has come out really well, and that's what he's doing right now. Is he's using a detergent and to clean that excess mortar from the mortar joint off of this stone. And this is our bluestone product. This desk, these desks, this is where our scheduling department's gonna be. Within the next week, scheduling will be here. Our scheduling board will be here, and it'll also transfer out to this area as well. Storage, same thing, lockers. This is nothing, but it looks pretty cool. It's kind of like a room that you don't even really know exists. This will be for our conference area. Again, Dina and I will sometimes be in this office as well. we have to have a private meeting. And again, this floor is finishing here. This looks unbelievable. I can't wait for this to be done. It looks great, Antonio. Really, really nice. As you look out here, we got 8 lanes, 4 going in each direction, wide open on Mound Road. So a lot of work going on. We had to get our housing fixed up. We house our guys. This water's starting to freeze. Look at that, it's so cold out. Yeah, you almost ate. I can't believe this water's trickling out and actually turning into ice as we speak. So yeah, this should be done, I would think, today. But again, nice thoroughfare. This is all class 1 road, so you don't have to worry about freeze thaw or weight restrictions on this road because we're right off the main road. And I think this is the most important part. I mean, location, location, location. What better location could you have? I-75, 696, any of those areas, this is what connects M59 to 696. And it's 8 lanes the whole way. I-75, 696, those are sometimes 2 and 3. Very rarely will it even be 4 lanes going all the way down, or in 8 lanes on each, you know, for both sides. This is 8 lanes all the way from M59 all the way to 696. 75,000 vehicles drive past here every single day, just like I-75. So we are in the right location for you to be able to get your material. If you're looking for an MB crusher, we're here, we're able to help you. We do live demos. We're working very hard for our clients, our contractors, and our dealers. Thank you for hearing us, and appreciate you staying with us. And we will be doing videos like this constantly, keeping you updated, showing you what our company is, and getting a lot more in depth with the people that actually work here and do the work, so you can have a day in the life to see all the intricacies of this company. Have a great day.